Done.
Hi guys, welcome to our third hot seat call of the month. We are just loving these calls. We're loving the energy and the content that's coming out of it. And today we have two incredible speakers who are going to bring it. Both these ladies are going to give a brief introduction, and then we will go right into the questions on how they get new coaches started, right? Because we know that is a hot topic, right? It can be overwhelming. So without further ado, I'm going to let Katrina go first.
All right. Hi, guys. I'm Katrina Scott. I live in Northern California, really small town with horrible internet. That's what we're known for. Just kidding. I am pretty exciting. We'll start 6-star qualifying tomorrow. My spouse account is 1-star qualifying, and my second business center will 1-star qualify tomorrow as well. So we have a lot going on in the business, but I'm a 2-time elite. I'm a wife, a mom, and I used to be, pretty cool story, but I'll keep it short because you guys don't want to hear about that. I used to be a premier wedding photographer here in Napa County and Napa County North. And it consumed my whole life, my weekends, my evenings. And when I wasn't out shooting, I was tied to my computer editing and doing the business side of it. And I also had a storefront studio. So I spent my life and soul pouring into my photo business, and for 12 years. And when I had kids, everything changes. You guys know that, those moms that are on. And I decided that being self-employed, there was a really big difference from being self-employed and owning a business. And I owned a business because my time was still not my own, right? A bride told me when to show up and when I would leave, and then everything was tied to the dollar. So I actually can remember the day I drew the line in the sand, and I took my boys to a dentist appointment. I was going to hurry them off to the babysitter and get off to a photo shoot. And Mason ended up having a cavity, and I've never had a cavity, so I didn't know this was even a thing. They put him on the gas, they drill on his teeth. He's barely coherent, sends me home, and is like, just send him to rest. And I had to take him to a babysitter. And I was like, I remember pulling my car over, hysterical on my team call. Like, I just got on my team, my support system, and was like, I'm only coming in here. I'm never coming here a hot mess, but I'm coming in here so you guys hold me accountable. This is the last time I will do this. All I've ever wanted to be in this world was a mom, and I'm having to choose money over being a mother. And I absolutely refuse to do that. Money doesn't own me. And from that moment forward, I did the ugly cry and I put my head down. That was October 7th. And the very next January, December 31st, I closed the studio doors, and January 1, I was a full-time coach and had completely replaced my full-time income with my coaching business. Insert income disclaimer, but super powerful for me because that was, just 2019. So a year and a little bit ago, a year and a quarter, and it has done nothing but continue to catch fire. The business is growing and leaps and bounds astronomically. My husband's involved, and it's just been the largest blessing in so many ways. Like today I was asked on the call, like what's changed? What in Beachbody has changed? Like, what hasn't changed? Like, my marriage is stronger. I'm a better mom. I'm a better person, friend, daughter. All of the boxes are checked. And I feel more fulfilled. As much as I love my photography business and my passion for that, it's so different when you hear someone say, you've changed my life, because I've had lots of my customers lose over 100 pounds. And that to me is life-changing. So that's a little bit about me. I love what I do. I bleed blue.
Love, love, love it. All right, Whit, take it away.
Hey guys, my name is Whitney. I've been a coach 7 years. I started in corporate finance, totally hated the cubicle life right out of college. Decided, you know what, I love fitness. I was training for Ironman at the time and wanted to figure out how I could make an income doing fitness. So my coach told me, I was training for Ironman with her, she said, why don't you look into coaching and see if you like it alongside your finance job? And I went all in. freaking loved it. At that time, I signed up under a boyfriend and who was doing it under her and built us to 2-star diamond. Well, guess what? Then we broke up and I was on his inside leg and he wouldn't sell his business to me. So I was like, so I quit. I restarted, and we have now rebuilt to 5-star, 2-star, and diamond with my 3rd CVC. So we are on a freaking roll, but I just wanted to tell you guys that because, I think it's so scary when you think about starting over or starting something new. And I just want to let you know, like, I am the queen of restarting and never giving up and rebuilding this thing. So no matter where some of you feel like, oh my gosh, my whole team has crumbled before, right? And I got to rebuild. And I just want you to know that it's so possible. And I've rebuilt this thing. I've built so many damn diamonds in this business myself because of rebuilding that I know you guys can do it. I know a lot of you are pushing for diamond. And today's call is going to help you so much with that, of starting to build your team and how to bring on those coaches and train them. So I'm so excited to share it with you. So yeah, full-time coach now, newborn mom, just had my little baby boy, and married, live in San Luis Obispo, California. So it's pretty awesome. Loving it.
You guys, okay, if that little intro from both of these ladies didn't get you fired up for what's to come, you are in for it today. So love both these ladies, and I'm going to kick off with the first question. So whoever wants to go first, totally just jump in. So once a new coach signs up, walk us through how you get them started with the business.
Katrina, you want to take that one, or do you want me to start?
I can take it, whatever.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Okay. So I have a new coach getting started right PDF, and that's awesome. It's a few pages longer than most want to dig in. It talks about their goals. It's a total great reference. But what has been working extremely well this last quarter was my Google Doc. So I embedded some videos about getting started right. I talked about Success Club. I talked about starting their goals, setting their intentions, starting a program, right? It's all based around the 4 vital behaviors. What's your next personal development book? What program are you committed to? Have you printed the materials? How is the meal plan going to work, right? Because I am a firm believer, most of you know that, or at least my team knows, I don't have any customers. Everybody that's a customer converts to a coach, because I believe in this business, and I believe in the discount that hardly any, I maybe have 3 people that have stayed customer. And so I onboard them as a coach right away, because it's all encompassing their goals, right? And by doing this Google Doc, it's way shorter, okay, they still have the PDF as reference, but it works out super rad because they're going to go through and answer these questions. Then they get me in their forefront with the video of welcome to the team. I'm so excited to have you. We talk about something called the club, that Success Club, how to earn it. And then we go right in to talking about building to Emerald and how you get to Emerald so quickly. I don't do a getting started right call. The very next team call, we do that. We invite them in, and following our upline Diesel Nation Emerald push to Emerald call, my team follows with an action hour. I get them on, I give them scripts, I have them make their list of 25 with them on the call, and then we send 25 invites. And so it's all happening within a month, and a lot of them, I think the last time we did one of those Emerald push calls, all the way through like first five levels of the downline, we had 12 Emeralds pop. And those are all new people. So my main thing is just getting them in, getting them that first win, and hitting that Emerald rank, because then it blows up and it's like they're in, it's like they become lifers as soon as they're Emerald. Like, just get them to Emerald, and then they want more. And that's been what I've done this last quarter, and it's worked really, really well.
So cool. I do something very similar, and this has been like a labor of love for me for the last 7 years of figuring out what system is going to work. So I wanted to share my screen with you guys, because I feel like this is what I wanted to know. I was like, somebody give me their Google form, somebody give me exactly what they do so I can figure it out, and never like did it, got it. So I just made my own. And my business partner, Sarah, and I now run these together. So if you could team up with somebody in your downline or even a success partner and run your new coach mentorships together, that makes it so much more fun too. And all the new coaches feed off of each other, and one sees another one hitting Emerald or hitting Diamond or hitting Success Club, and they all kind of push each other. So I wanted to share my screen with you. This is exactly what they get an email from me right when they sign up as a coach. It has a link to our team page, our challenge group, and our new coach message thread, and a link to this Google form. I say, fill this, we call this our new coach university. Fill this out, and then once you do, we will pop you into our new coach mentorship, which is 5 weeks, and I'll give you the syllabus for that as well, so you can run it exactly the same way. It's been so phenomenal. It pops. All of them went Emerald, all of them hit Success Club, and they're all building to Diamond this round. So it's like we finally nailed it, and I'm so fired up about it. So you start out with just a little bit of an intro. This was an intro video just about be here in a year. And you guys, I'll give you this so you can watch it and create your own too. And then the first whole section of onboarding our team is just about them, because I want to know exactly how I want to get to know them. A lot of them find me on social media, so I don't know them really well yet. And so I want to get to know them. Then we dive into the meat of it. New coach first steps. Pick your workout, go on your journey. And then I really liked Ashley's quick little video about how she invites, like she would invite friends to a Taylor Swift concert. And that's kind of how you get, it takes away the fear of inviting for a lot of our new coaches. So they just watch that little guy. And then I have them make their list of 15 people, and they put it right here in the Google form. Last part of it is just kind of learning the basics. And these are the same videos they get from corporate, those 4 basic videos in the coach to show them the coach online office and how to set up their business. I just link it here because I find a lot of them don't actually open those emails or use them when they get them from corporate. And then how to hit Success Club. Moira does a great little video on Success Club, and so I just threw hers right in here. And I show this to you guys because I don't want you to feel like as a brand new coach, you need to have all these videos be you. It's so good. Like, your coaches are going to hear enough from you. It's so good to hear from other people in this business and how they did it. And you'll find as you build your team, you could tell your coaches something till you're blue in the face, but then another coach tells them something and they go do it. So I really find the value in showing a lot of different ways and coaches' voices in these mentorships or in this new coach university. And then last part is just how we earn it, how we earn an income. So I'm diving into PD, which I have them all start with Get Over Your Damn Self by Romy. I never know her last name, Neustadt, I think. Awesome book for getting people in the mindset of network marketing and how to do it tastefully and how to do it well. So that's what I start all my new coaches with for their PD. So from there, we go into, once they've completed that, I don't do a getting started right call either, because they're going right into our 5-week mentorship. And this is what I co-host with my business partner, Sarah, who's on this call. And we get to just kind of go back and forth, and we each teach on it. And we have a PowerPoint for each week as well, which I'm happy to share with you guys. If you want those PowerPoints, you can absolutely have them. They're all made on Canva. They're so easy. So week 1 is, actually before they start week 1, they just get a quick prep call. And it's a quick prep call letting them know the vitals, Emerald, Success Club, and to bring their list of 15 people to our upcoming week 1 call. So they're ready for that. That's the second time they've heard about all those things. And so then we dive in for week 1. Syllabus is just week 1, your first 10 people, how to sign them up, what to say to them. We give them exactly what to say. And then if their people say no, exactly what to say to them if they say no, which is putting them into our team-wide free group and starting to build the relationship with them in the free community. Their homework is to go invite those 10 people. And then we also in that call go over how to do their first post to social media. My first post to social media was absolutely horrid, and I never want somebody to do exactly what I did. And so I handhold, spoon feed every single part of my new coaches, new posts and new invites, because those are their best chances of getting those first few people. So I want them to nail it. Week 2, we go in how to post tastefully, how to post well, what to post. And I go off of the color wheel. If you guys have seen Ashley Smith's color wheel, we go solely off of that. And they, for their homework, create a week of posts based on their color wheel after that call. And then we also have, as a team, we have a new challenger packet, which all of our clients get when they sign up with us. And it goes over all the things you want to know as a new client or as a new challenger. So we teach our girls how to make that packet their own in Canva. So it has their name to it, their look and feel that they want. So now they have a tangible thing that they can hand off to their clients when they get started. Week 3, placement strategy, diamond roadmap. So I'm already like, we go so far beyond and we start talking to them right then about 2-star. So we say, when you're creating your diamond roadmap, those first 2 people you're setting up, those are going to be the accounts that you build to diamond. You just got to plan on building yourself to 2-star. So we set that mentality right from the beginning. So they know, okay, I'm going past emerald, I'm going past diamond. 2-star is where this business happens, as a lot of you know. And then the BAT is also in week 3, how to do the BAT. Their homework that week is we have a recorded power hour. And so we send that power hour to them and they have to go through it with us in the recording and follow along with their BAT. So they're learning how to do the BAT, but they kind of have us teaching them alongside them in a recording. Week 4 is, we just did this one, how to post to coaching. So today, all of them put up their first I'm looking for coaches post, their coach opportunity post. And they're also inviting behind the scenes to coaching. We taught them how to story about coaching, like create a story series, one of those cool ones with pictures and a poll. And then this weekend, they're all going to co-host a What is Coaching webinar with us. And then week 5, which will be next week for them, is how to follow up with everybody they've just talked to in this first month, and then 20 names of people you're going to invite starting at the end of this month so that you hit Success Club in the first week of next month and you're inviting to your new challenge group. And then it's just a cycle. So exactly, they could repeat those 5 things over and over, like lather, rinse, repeat, so duplicatable. And we encourage them to then bring their coaches that they're recruiting this week, bring them into our new coach mentorship, which is going to start another round of it next week. So we just really have like that cyclical system, something duplicatable, and then we encourage them to start recruiting right away, and we will train your people. You can jump on those calls with us so that you can learn how to start training your people.
So what you're talking about, that's like your mentorship, right?
Yep. As soon as they get started with us, yep, they go New Coach University and then they jump into mentorship.
Gotcha. Because mine is just what I do out of the gate. And then my mentorship is through a thread. But yeah, and it's scheduled. But yeah, awesome. Same thing. I was just like, you do all this? What if they're a discount coach?
Oh yeah, no. Discount coaches, nope. These are
this is your working coaches.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So yeah.
So
just
good.
want to clarify. Yeah.
So dang good. I'm like scrolling through and watching everyone take tons of notes. And I know that there was a couple questions that came through privately asking if Whit was going to share those resources, and she said she would. So I'm sure what she'll do is she'll send it to the leaders, and then we'll get that to you guys, and you guys can duplicate and put into action. So I'm glad Katrina asked that question. What does it look like when you sign up someone as a discount coach? What do you send them?
Go, Katrina.
I'm like, okay, so my discount coaches, most of them start as challengers. Maybe that's the same for you guys as well. Unless they come on knowing that they want to work the business. A lot happens for me behind the back end as far as what I talk to them, knowing that if they have a spouse they want to sign, if they're going to order Beachbody on Demand and add a refresh. I work my business solely on income driven tasks opposed to rank. So I mean, when you look at it that way, I do it a little different. So I'm like, my discount coaches come in with the mindset of making their product back right away. And even that is spoken to, like, you want an accountability buddy, we bring on a friend, a spouse, a coworker, and they sign that person up underneath them, and they're halfway to Emerald. They've hit Success Club. That way, when they go through my Getting Started Right document, that is not new lingo. And then they're ready to go. Once we do the Emerald, we move into the coach mentorship. So all my discount coaches become working coaches. They're hitting Success Club within the first, or they're at least getting 1 point of Success Club within there, because I talk to them about, even if they're buying the Shakeology pack, I will sign their spouse or their accountability buddy with the performance stack, right? And then they can make the commission, or if it's a challenge pack, because sometimes they need 2 BODs, or a 3-day refresh challenge pack, we'll sell that as, and then they make the $50 commission or fast start bonus. But that gives them massive incentive. And so that's every single discount coach comes in with that in mind and talking about it. And who do you have? Who do you have? And I talked to them about, when I first started this process, it was always 2 people. Who are your 2 people? And I was like, why would I fall short with 2? Because we were shooting for Emerald, right? So now it's, who are your 3 people? Because then they hit Success Club. And that has worked very, very well. And as you guys know, as you move into a leadership role, you need those elite points. You need those things in different categories for acquisition and those things as well. And for them to jump in and hit Success Club in their first 30 days is phenomenal. And they thought they were signing up as a discount coach, which they are. They're just making their product back in the first month. So every single person goes through that, and then they get the Getting Started Right guide no matter what. And that's why my guide is very short and succinct. And then I will send my coaching handbook or e-guide that's a little longer and detailed after, because I want them to have, these are the main things you need to know about this business. And that's my Getting Started Right. And everybody gets that hands down across the board.
I like that. I'm like taking notes on that. My discount, all of my customers are discount coaches. And so I know coming in that they don't want to build, a lot of them don't want to build the business. But the one thing I do to earn that elite category point for you guys, that one where if a new coach in their first month gets 1 SC point on the board, you get an elite point. I call it the referral bonus opportunity. So when I send them their share a cart link, when you go through, do the share card, it gives you that link. I always send them a personal message when I have that link. I say, hey, thank you so much. So excited to help you. Here's your link. And then I'm going to type it in the chat or paste it in the chat. I put in there, go ahead, fill it out. It'll say Whitney Small is your coach, or Whitney Barr. And then I put in this referral opportunity, and I say, because you have a preferred account for this test group or whatever group you're doing, if you do refer anyone or bring a friend, you guys can read it there, obviously, you get that $50 to $100 bonus, depending on which package that your friend gets. I'm happy to coach them for you, but it's so nice to have that accountability buddy coming in. So all of my gals, like so many of them, just bring a friend, and then they earn that quick bonus. And that's that little seed in their mind of like, oh, that was really easy. Like I could do that again. Yes. And so you can always be posting in your challenge groups, like a fun, I wonder if I can attach an image. We just created a fun image for our year-long challenge group, and it was May is Give Back Month. And you bring a friend into this group, you earn $50 for setting them up with the same package that you got, something like that. And we just create a fun graphic in Canva so that people could start inviting their friends, because all of my girls have the discount account. So I'm just trying to get them a little extra income, especially during COVID when some of them don't have jobs right now.
Absolutely. Fire.
Guys, I want you to just think about what they both just said. They made it very, very simple for you to use tangible language, right? How many times are you going out and referring a hairstylist or a nail stylist, or your favorite sports bra, or you're bragging on your favorite sports team, like all those things. If you're telling me I can get $50 for bringing on my best friend, my mom, my sister, other people who I know are going to get healthy with me, I'm going to do it, right? So shift your language and make it very simple, just like these ladies are talking about, because we promise they're sharing these things because it works. These are successful leaders in the West region who are giving you these tools. Go out and implement them. Whit just copied that message. Save it to your phone, tweak it, make it your own, make it sound like you. Okay. Next question. What does accountability look like? Like, say when you're setting goals, somebody says, I want to get to Emerald, or I want to earn $1,000 in a month, or I want to be the next elite leader on your team. What does that accountability look like?
Go ahead, Katrina.
Massive communication is always, all my runners go into a thread. So what works freaking amazing, and I know my girls are on this call, so I'll say it creates major FOMO within the team, is they go in a runner's chat thread and they earn a power hour with me every morning. I do team up with 2 other leaders on this. So I'm on them every morning unless something happens, but that way there's always a third leader, or, like of other teams that can pop in and be like, like we said earlier, as a coach, you can say something to your people 1,000 times and another coach say it once and they're like, that girl just brought the fire. And it's like, no, I've been saying that for months, right? But they go into a thread and goals are written down. They're sent to me monthly. And most of my girls, my diamonds, let's see, I've got 7 on one leg and in multiple centers. Those girls, they get a call from me. Most of them are my friends anyway, so it's daily, but I would say communication, at least weekly. There is a follow-up, but they're seeing me every single morning on the power hours. Saturdays, we do a coffee chat where that's more of like question and answer, struggling, pros, cons, all the things in between. That way, if someone doesn't have anything they're struggling with, they don't have to tune in or hear it, but I'm open to my team for those. So accountability is definitely knowing your people, knowing their vision, how it ties in with your vision, and communicating how you guys can accomplish that together and how the team plays a role. That was a major mind shift in my business this year, where it was like, I know where I'm going and I know who I need to get there, but do any of them care about like what that vision looks like? Like, how do they tie in? What do they want out of this business? I have a girl that's been with me 5 years and all she wants to earn is the Success Club trip. She's like, I don't need 2-star. I don't need anything. She's rock solid diamond, but that is not, she doesn't want to build a business. She's like, I have no desire to have an elite team, right? But I have to have her in my accountability threads to make sure she's engaged, because I know she's a lifer with the workouts, but I want her a lifer as a diamond. And when we made that shift, everybody started pushing to help each other, because it was one vision with all these little other visions that, are the foundation of the main vision. So everybody's seeing and dreaming bigger, all by communicating the vision. So I say it all the time, communicate, because if I don't know what you want out of this business, I can't hold you accountable to it, number one, and I can't help you get there. I know where I know where I'm going, and I'd love to bring you and run with you, but I'm not going to drag you. And when that was expressed, everybody leveled up. Everybody, like 5 layers deep. And that is phenomenal. That's growth.
So true. I'm a little bit similar. I don't, we do just a message pod per kind of where you are in this business. So we have our by class as they come into the business, they go in their own message thread. So we had like the May class of 2020 message thread, and all those girls can push together. I also put, so like Carly brought in, she's on this call, she brought in a new coach to that pod, and then I put her in it too, so that she can kind of watch and see what her coach is being told and fed by us as leaders. And then we'll have a June class of 2020 message thread. And what's neat is they start to make bonds with each other, because they feel like ownership. They feel like they're their own little team, because they're all building this together and seeing the success that they're having with each other. Because I think as you get larger and larger and larger in this business, you really want to find people who are running at the same pace together so that they can help motivate each other too. I know that was huge for me when I was beginning. I'm like, I need to find somebody who's at that same level with me that I can push with, and she can push me. So the more that you can pod those people up, the better, in my opinion. And then once they kind of hit diamond, I have a leadership thread that my girls are all on here right now. My diamond leaders, like, we talk about once a month. I want to hear their goals, what they're shooting for. All the women in that group are so self-driven and self-motivated that's a huge like weight off of my shoulders. But then they push me too. And they're like, we need this, or let's do this, or hey, what about this? This is what my girls are asking for. So I like that because it's more of, that's my mastermind group. And those are the girls that I can really run in this life with. So I encourage you to have, if you know who your leaders are, if you could create that thread with them too. And then even team up and like maybe Sarah leads a power hour one day of the week, and Lisa leads another one, and Allison leads another one another day of the week. Like, what can you do as a team so that then all your downlines are getting that daily accountability? And then when we're pushing for the 2-star bonus, the 5-star bonus, I will pod up. So a couple of my businesses are pushing for 2-star for this quarter. So I podded up the girls who both needed to hit diamond, and I'm with them in that. And then it's a constant text thread. Every week we do the solid by Sunday, which I think was a Jalen Barnes thing. Solid by Sunday. So I'm in the back office checking and saying, okay, Lisa, we need 2 more coaches on your right. Okay, Sarah, we need 1 more under your emerald. So that constant check-in, because I know they're pushing. I know they want to get there and get those bonuses with me, because I like to split my bonuses up along the girls who helped me get there. So they've got some skin in the game too. So that's kind of how we've kept accountable, is just in those message pods have been gold. And when one dies out or it kind of turns to mush, then I set up, okay, we're doing a 6-week sprint. Who's in? We're moving message threads. And then that one that died off can just fall away into Facebook space. And then you've got your runners into the next sprint push with you in that new message pod.
Love that so much. Okay, so final question. We just had a question come through. It says, are you sharing the bonus every time? Do you mind sharing how much?
Yeah, so I pretty much share it every time that we hit it. I share it with my girls, and because I get taxed on about half of it, so say the 2-stars $1,000, I get about 500 of it by the end of the year. So I offer my girls each about 200 of it, so that we're all kind of hitting, or 150, so that we're all hitting like right around that 150, 175 mark.
I invest it all back into my team. We'll go on we'll plan a retreat. I'll take them to dinner. If we all meet at Super Saturday, we do something. I've flown girls up to events. Like, it all goes in a separate thing to get back to my team. I feel like that money is money they earned, really, not money I earned. I'm just there helping them, supporting them. So it always is, whether it's gifts, sweatshirts, swag, it always goes back to the team. Probably more than bonus. I probably spend more than bonus, but it's because I love them and they're my friends. I want them here alongside me as my friend and my business partner. So if it means giving back, I love that.
So true.
Yep. 100%. I actually just had a conversation with some of my girls yesterday, and just saying, like, your goals are my goals. And if you are willing to put skin in the game, like, once you get to the end of that 6-week qualification, because you have to make that very clear to you guys, we don't get those bonuses without that hold. And so I was like, whoever wants to either get back to diamond or wants to rank up to star diamond starting tonight, there's a cash bonus attached to it, right? So and then, like Katrina said, we do different swag things that are unique to our team, different gifts throughout the year. So I think you just figure out what works best for you and your team, and also figure out what their love language is. And what Whit was talking about is that color code test. That will reveal a lot to you about how your people, and I would also say maybe try the Enneagram with your new coaches, and really understand like who they are at their core, that will help. So final question, ladies. You have a new person who comes on the team and they are ready to go all in. They have all your resources, but they still have limiting belief. What does that look like? What's that conversation you're going to have with them?
I feel like I'm still learning how to do this one because breathing belief into somebody is one of the hardest things. I think that, I can do it all day, but they have to believe it. And I just feel like mine only came from personal development and turning off those voices. And so when I have them dive into the Get Over Your Damn Self book, I notice they start to make that shift in their mind of like, I could do this. And then if they really need it, like maybe they're not ready for Get Over Your Damn Self. They might be ready for Girl Wash Your Face or You Are a Badass. Like just getting that belief and breathing life into them is sometimes my default is just, they got to do, I think it's PD. I think it's the work that they have to do, but I can breathe it as much as I can into them. I think it's the hard part is getting them to believe it. And I think that can only be achieved through PD. But Katrina, you might have another strategy that I could use.
Anybody that knows me knows I love Josh Coates, and he has a whole limiting belief training, which I have taken and ran with and given to my team. And I talk about the solution of limiting belief and how it's not just affirmation. It's affirmation tied to action. So my team gets that. And every time we enter into a push, we revisit that training and we talk about the limiting beliefs. Because I can remember when girls would come to me and tell me, I'm not a good leader. And I'm like, whoa. What is a leader? All a leader is someone who gathers information and reteaches it or reshares it. I know you can figure out that 1 + 1 = 2 and teach someone that equation. Beachbody coaching is the same thing. We're not talking rocket science. And when I start to put it into perspective with them, like leadership is not a stake to claim up on the top of a hill, right? It's helping people figure it out, and everything is figure outable. That's leadership. So in the beginning, that was what it was. I can't build a team. I'm not a good leader. I don't speak well in public. I've heard them all, like I don't have the time. And I've honestly been like, you can't wake up and just tell yourself every day. One of my favorite ones from that training is like, I don't have enough time in a day. And I come back with, you need to be telling yourself an affirmation with action. I have the same amount of time as every single person does in the day. Everybody's the same. I have to be intentional with my actions, right? And then give them 3 action points. What are the top priorities that need to be done today? Inviting, always, follow up, and then pick something that's personal to you. Maybe it's scrub your toilet. I don't care. But if you do that, you feel more convicted at the end of the day. And honestly, that video, that whole training of Josh's is on YouTube. So, you don't have to pay for it or anything, but go watch his limiting belief training is phenomenal. And I've ran with that, and I breathe that into my girls constantly, that it's all limiting belief, right? It's the lie you tell yourself for the excuse to not do something. And when I break it down to them like that, there's no more limiting belief. It's like the glass ceiling has shattered and they're ready to run. And maybe some run at a slower pace, or some aren't ready for elite, or like, I still want to be a good coach and run amazing challenge groups. That's fine. I'll meet you and love you where you're at, but don't ever give me an excuse. And that's all that a limiting belief is an excuse as to why you don't want to do it. It's not why you can't. It's why you don't want to.
Boom. Just like that. I love it. So good. All right, you guys, is there anything else? We have time for maybe one more question before we wrap things up. I'm just going to check here.
Can't see the chat because I'm on the phone.
Hey, Whit, I had a question I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
On your mentorships, if you have a new coach that starts and is ready for mentorship, but you're already in week 2 or 3 of the current one you're running, do you have them wait until the next one?
I've done both. I either, if they're running, they can catch up, no problem. I say, here's the first 2 calls. They're all in the unit section of our Dream Builders team page, so they can easily catch up themselves, self-paced. And I say, once you've caught up with those 2, I like to jump on a call with them just because it's so much info that we can digest it real quick before they jump onto that 3rd call. If I know that that's just going to overwhelm the person, I'll say, like, rock the university, and then we'll add you into the end of this month, start of the new one. And that, because with what's nice, obviously, with Beachbody's Elite Points is they have that 2-month buffer to hit Success Club. So I don't feel that rush as much as I used to about getting them to hit it in those very first few weeks. So they have a little time, and then we can crush it at the start of next month. If I feel like they just, if we're already 2 or 3 weeks into one, I say, all right, we're going to rock your journey for these next 2 weeks, and then we'll start the mentorship with you. And now with shipping, like, they're not getting their stuff for 2 or 3 weeks anyway. So by the time their box gets there, they're like, okay, let's start this business. So that works too.
Love that.
I wanted to jump on and add something about the limiting beliefs. I'm actually what I call a comeback coach. Right with you, Whitney. I've been in Beachbody for like 10 years or more, but I wasn't proof of the product. I started, I stopped, I started, I stopped, I started, I stopped. I had 3 kids. I had like postpartum depression, and there was nothing my coach was going to be able to do that was going to get me to do anything. It had to come from me. And that is the difference between then and now. I'm about to hit Success Club 20 in my business, and I just started May 1st. I'm about to hit Success Club 5 in my husband's, and he's Emerald. And that is not because I'm some rock star. I am. But, but it's because I showed up for a year on Facebook for myself, doing my workouts, eating right, caring for myself, and showing people I was doing that. And then when it came to, I quit. I came back 6 months later after I met Jessica. I was like, yep, I'm quitting. I'm coming back under her. I love her vibe. And the biggest thing that she has taught me is lead with love. I'm gonna cry. And that's it. You have to believe in yourself and take care of yourself first, then all the other crap comes. So you can be an encourager and a cheerleader, but the limiting beliefs are going to be there until they decide that they're going to take care of themselves and follow through.
So dang true. Yes. That was a perfect ending to this amazing call. Ladies, we are so grateful that you took the time to pour into this group. I know that this is going to be one that people go back and watch over and over again because there's tons of great info. Whit will get the forms that she was going to send, and we will distribute them as needed. And we can't wait for next week. All right, guys. Hope you have the most epic day. Hey, hold on 1 second. I want you guys to take a deep breath and remember who the heck you are and remember what your goals are, because we are going into this is the last day for qualification. If you're not at Diamond right now, I promise you, if you put your head down and you hustle with your whole heart, you could do it by the end of the day. This business isn't hard. It's very, very simple, but you have to make a decision and you have to just go for it. So ask yourself what you want. Ask yourself what you wanted your income to be this week, because if you're not setting weekly income goals that lead to your big monthly goals, you should be, and just freaking do it, okay? Have the best week. We will talk to you next week, guys.